Hey everyone, this is Wester70 with tips and tricks and playthrough with Battle Academy 2 Eastern Front. Today we're going to try a little bit different kind of game, as you'll soon find out. There are 4 episodes in this particular game, and I hope you enjoy this format that we're trying today, and I hope you enjoy the game too. I think it's quite interesting, and it's kind of a cliffhanger at the very end. So sit back and enjoy. What we're looking at today is a slightly different game. We're going to do a symmetric game, and where I'm tabbing now is that tab for that. We're going to do wilderness, farmland. I think we're doing farmland. That's right. Okay. And we're going to check a couple of the other settings. Yeah, we'll go ahead and create that. That's enough. So now we're loading into the game. Now you can see the 2 arrows that we're looking at here, and German going left or to the west, and the Russians to the east. So there's our forces are outlined below us in the typical 2-section area, although there are other sections that have been outlined as well. So this is the area that we'll be playing in. I assume there'll be 6 control points, 3 on each side, and whoever gets the most wins the game. Now we're going to go ahead and pick our units that we're going to go ahead and use in the game. So it'll be machine gun, scouts, 45 anti-tank gun, submachine gun unit, another anti-tank gun, submachine gun, saboteurs. Let's see. I'm looking at what the 16 is. I'm gonna get used to these different units. Okay, we'll take that. That's what it is over there. Yeah, T-26, another T-26. T-34s. Okay. Alright, well, we're checking that out. Let's see, T-34. And we've got all of those. And KB2s. The flamethrower unit. We've already got that guy. Scout. And the T-26. There's T-34s. We've got the 4 of those already. And take the rest of those tanks. What we want is combined forces, of course, of infantry and tanks, since we'll be needing both to be able to accomplish our mission here. Okay, here we go. So we're looking over the battlefield. We're looking sort of northeast right now. We have some of our units are already in bunkers, because this mission will also be potentially counterattacks from the enemy, as opposed to the other games I've played up to this point where we were doing only the attacking and they were purely defensive. So you can see I've got quite a group of infantry and armored vehicles. Now, the important thing to do when you move your troops, particularly in the initial phases, make sure you get the ones that can move the fastest or the furthest or farthest, is get them ready first. You don't want to have block-ups if you can avoid it, because your infantry obviously isn't going to move as long as it's unmounted. Put the tanks on the road. See, he's having trouble moving because he's got so this what we're doing right now actually is we're placing the units rather than relying on them to be in the particular spot. Okay, so that's what we're doing. What we'll set up is lines of defense on both areas, or all three areas actually. I want left and right flanks and a center section as well. Left flank will probably be more static. It will move forward, but it's not going to advance very far. The main attack is going to go on the right flank and center. Here we are. Put an infantry in there. We do want to take advantage of the fortifications that we have present here. Yeah. Some of these units we don't have a lot of choice on moving. He doesn't want to move at all. There he goes. Okay. Put those in high grasses. Okay, so we're going to stop for right now. Okay, so here we go, and we're picking our troops, and we're moving along. We're trying to put them in our proper positions so that we can move them up in some kind of semblance of order. I'll put him over there. Okay, so this seems to be pretty good. Trying to figure out where I want to go. And checking to see if I've moved everybody that should be moved. Okay. Everybody looks okay over there. Alright. Okay, so just making sure. Checking to make sure we have the right people. Saboteurs there. In retrospect, I probably should have moved the saboteurs up to engage, but I thought they might be able to deal with the armor if they should break through. So it's always a question of trying to make sure that you kind of have to second guess the whole process, and you have to have just enough in every location to be able to hold it until you can bring up reserves to handle it. Now, in this case, I left reserves sort of through it. All right, now it's a German time. And you can see on the left bottom that there is various German troops that are going through, and that's showing me who they have. So I'm going to disconnect that aspect of the game. I don't want to know what their troops are. So... okay. We're going through again, looking to find out who we want to move forward. We should move the infantry forward first. Okay, we'll do that. No hits there. All right, now we're moving the tank forward. Being a little bit cautious initially, but that's to be expected. We don't know where the enemy are, obviously. And the machine gun vehicle, light armored car, more or less. There is the fast move, and then there is the slow guarded move as well. And as I tend to move up with the armor in particular, I use the guarded move. Here we're taking a chance. We're moving into a house. Okay. And there's the plane on the left, which is an attribute or a bonus point. There's one for rallying and the other one for medical care for a particular unit. Okay, so we have these guys here. We'll probably leave them in as a blocking move. We have guys underneath an observation tower. So we want to move them up, take advantage of their scouting. to the blockhouse. They don't need to move cautiously in that regard. Tank moving forward. It'll bring our whole column up to support each other. Armored car moving in. I like to tend to move my forces in fronts so that they're mutually supportive. Now here, obviously, we've got something of a logjam in terms of our vehicles, so that's probably enough over on the south front. Here, we're being more cautious. We want to bring our troops forward. Okay. And bring that tank up a little bit to cover that crossroad. Okay. Now here I've decided to give up some of my fortified positions in the back country. Just so that I'll have more infantry to be able to move up and scout for the armor. Right now it's the German side. Alright, no contact at that point. So we're going to go into the game mechanics and we're going to turn off the preview of what the enemy side is doing. Let's see, is it that one? No, advanced options. Is that what it is? And it's opponent UI on is what we're looking for. There we go. There you go. Turn it off. Okay, so we won't see what the other side is doing now. And save. Okay. Okay, moving forward again. You can see that opened up quite a bit of area for us to take a look at. Infantry is always the best for scouting, of course, unless you have a plane. But even planes come in for their share of grief. Nobody's immune on the battlefield. Cautiously. And not so cautiously. Turning the tank around or to a position it's blocking. Alright, so we've moved up the southern front, or are moving up the southern front, and now we're taking these tanks and moving them up, reinforcing. Can't move the... Alright, so now we're going to move this guy up. This is kind of a tricky part here, because we're not sure where the enemy is, of course. Facing the enemy. Taking a chance that he's not in those trees and houses. Here we're moving fast forward. Again, taking a chance that there's nobody in there. Okay, we're good. So good for that. Backing up our forces. Again, trying to bring them up in a line so that they can reinforce each other if they do hit an enemy. Trying to find the proper frontal movement forward to be able to anticipate or able to support each other with supporting fields of fire. It's a little awkward to get around like that, but that's the way it is. Okay. No enemy in sight. Everybody's posed to do their thing. Bring up more infantry. It's rifle unit. He's got a house. We know there's going to be an enemy up here. There's just no way that they can't be. Right? So far, no fire. These guys are moving from cover to cover, which is what they should be doing. Okay. Okay, so we've got our group there. Each of these areas is protected. Basically, the rear area is going to be our support, and we'll be able to... okay, so it's the enemy turn. And nothing's happening. Okay. Alright, it's our turn again. Alright. Okay, so we're going to see what happens in this next part. Moving up our infantry rifle group. And what are we going to do now? Move more infantry up, doing what we can to protect our armored vehicles. Put him out to the side there. He covers that section. And taking a look out that way. There's a hill there you can see on the right. We have more of our vehicles there. Moving up on that hill. Okay, well, I think this is going to be a good spot to pause the game for the this first part, and we'll come back to you on the next episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the gameplay, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great one, and we'll see you on the battlefield.